I got something for you. I'm gonna be real. You're gonna have to renew your sex life over and over and over again. Because it's gonna change over and over again. So whatever you knew as before, if you knew before, if you knew her biblically after you jumped the broom, whatever that looks like, what you know then is not what you're gonna know 5 years from now. It's not what you're gonna know 6, 7, 8. It's gonna shift, and you're gonna have to ebb and flow. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Y'all gonna have to stay aligned.
Welcome to the Black Men Think podcast. If this is your first time here, know that the views and opinions expressed by the Black Men Think podcast are those of the Black Men Think podcast and not the individual members. With that being said, we're about to be unapologetically, undeniably black. Enjoy.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Black Man Think podcast, where we elevate our black men, because black men be out here thinking. I am your host. Yeah, you heard it, didn't you?
I called it.
I'm your host, last name good, but my homies call me JD, and to my left I got my dog,
Corey.
Thought we was gonna work on that, bro.
Yeah.
I switched it up. Subtracting. It's your boy Mo, man. What's good?
It's your boy T-Mac.
and we are the Black Man Think podcast. It looks different, don't it? It looks different. We at an undisclosed location, AKA my dog gonna finish the basement and it looking lavish in this thing. You hear me? Dog, it's beautiful, bro.
Feeling really comfortable over here, dog.
Hey, try every now and again.
Yeah, dog. No, the setup is nice, man. The setup is nice. So, wanted to dive into it today, man. You know how we always start. We're not doing the sip of the week, are we?
No.
No sip of the week. If y'all want to be a part of the sip of the week, DM us. We're looking for black-owned companies, beverage companies, whatever the beverages are. Hit us up in our DM. We'll look forward to talking to you.
Yes.
But like we always start, homeboy check-in, man. How y'all doing, bro?
Life, man. You know, that seems like it's the same thing every time we record, man. You know, life is just throwing stuff at you, and just have to keep adapting to it and keep moving, man. That's really about it. That's the name of the game, man.
I feel that, bro.
Mo, what about you, man?
Real House Husbands of ATL. That's what we're doing right now. What? Real House Husbands of ATL, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, you got to break that down.
Hey, man,
What
you know,
talking about?
we over here in between, opportunities. So we just catching that up. Real House Husbands of ATL.
Oh, I feel
Coming
you.
live
I feel you,
right
bro.
at you.
Hey, I've been there.
I'm just
I've
happy
been
to
there.
be here right now. When I tell you.
Hey, man, look, brother. Here's the thing, man. What I can tell for somebody that don't been through that journey, I can tell you that you have to take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah, facts.
And while it may be hard to see it from the other person's perspective, sometimes you just got to look at what they're saying and try to make sure that you know that they're looking out for your best interest, even though sometimes they listen to what you're saying. They just try to look out for you. So,
man.
that's one thing that I've definitely, over these past couple of years, I just had to be like, okay, God, you're just humbling me right now in this moment.
That part.
And I hear you, but also she need to hear me too.
What you tell the kids though? Because, boy.
Man, I mean, I ain't really had to tell the kids a whole lot because they already saw other things that were going on. So like in their mindset, ain't nothing really changed.
Right.
They still think everything I do is boring except for the podcast.
Yeah.
They love this more than every other thing that I do.
Interesting.
They're just like, oh man, Daddy, you on YouTube. I was like, chill. You know what I'm saying? But the vending business would actually make the money right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is boring, Dad.
Yeah.
Like this, so it's like, it is what it is. But
Interesting.
yeah, bro, just weather the storm, my brother.
Yeah.
Bro,
Weather
all
the
that
We all
homework.
done been done. We all
All
done.
say is all that homework.
Oh,
My
man.
goodness.
Man, Because you're available for everything.
Oh, I'm available.
Bro, that's the part right there that's frustrating. Because it's like, you can't even say that you ain't available. Like, no, I guess I got to help.
That role reversal is a trip. But,
Yeah.
but
It's
it's
humbling,
temporary. It's temporary. Ooh, child is temporary.
That is humbling, bro.
Soon and very soon, my fellas. That's all I'm gonna say.
My wife was like, you gonna fold them clothes? I'm like, hold on now. I was like, hold on now. Hey, check this out real quick. Hey, I know
threefold.
I know acts of service is your love language, now, but hey, you gotta watch how you, the words of affirmation, man, you gotta watch how you talk.
Oh, snap.
Y'all crazy, man.
See, Wiz, what about you, man?
Hey, man, just preparing for this ice storm, man.
Facts.
Stop by the grocery store, no bread.
Yeah, you waited too late, dog.
He waited too late. You get no tortillas and nothing like that?
Nah, it's all good. I got some garlic toast. It'll do me over.
How many folk you feeding, dog?
J1, man.
I was about to say some garlic toast, but that gone in my house, boy.
Right.
It's only, 8 slices of
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a sandwich for everybody. That's over with. No, man, I feel
Dizzle,
that.
what about you, man?
Bro, pretty much the same, man. Like, we had a gathering at the crib on Monday, which was something that me and the wifey said that we wanted to do more often, just kind of like bringing our friend groups together and just spending time with intentional time. You know what I mean? So, but that was lovely, dog, just to see the picture of like all of our like groups together, kids and family and friends and everything, and hopefully we get another trip planned.
Yeah.
Oh,
That,
definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was
definitely.
like, but yeah, man, other than that, bro, I just been preparing for 2026 and trying my best to not get ahead of myself, but also make sure that I'm finishing what I started. So
Yeah.
that's been my biggest thing. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So what we getting into tonight? Oh, before we go any further, man, make sure y'all subscribe, rate, review, tell a friend to tell a friend. If y'all want to drop voicemails, 404-939-6477, and make sure y'all join Patreon.
Are we gonna do voicemail first or last?
We got a little time to do the voicemail. We can hop in. All right. So we were talking offline, man, about conversations to have tonight, and one of the ones that came up was like, how do you know when growth has happened? Like when you've outgrown your current situation. You know what I'm saying? Like those moments, like how do you know when that happened and what did you do the moment that you realized that happened?
I think one of the ways that we realize that is that frustration kicks in. And you're like getting frustrated by various things, or you're just not into things like you normally do. A lot of times it happens with jobs that you've outgrown or things of that nature. And you then start to sit back and like, why am I getting frustrated? And at first it comes off as if they are doing this or they are doing that. But then when you start reflecting, you're like, it's not even them, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be here anymore. My time has passed for this particular assignment. And I've faced this multiple times in career, personal life, and all of that. And it's that thing that if you're not truly intentional about being honest with yourself, you can easily miss it and put everything else off on somebody else. And a lot of times, especially when I was younger and in my earlier career, I was always blaming, oh, this company is this company is that. And it's not that case. The company is the company. You are growing, you are changing. Sometimes you change and grow with the company, sometimes you don't. And so I think just being able to have being more intentional about reflecting on where you are, where you're growing, and where you're trying to grow, that helps put things in perspective. But you got to silence all of the world, right? You got to really be listening to yourself and really be focused in on, hey, is this part of my journey still, have I learned the things that I need to learn? Is this not adding to what I need to do next?
Yeah.
And so that's what it has been like for me. I think I'm approaching or have approached another similar transition to where I've realized, because I've been saying, oh man, this is getting on my nerve, this is that. And then I just started, I'm like, wait, this feels familiar. And so then I set myself down and I started rethinking things. I'm like, you know what, Tori? It's another growth opportunity.
Yeah.
It's time for you to grow. And so that's just kind of how I process it and how I look at a lot of things. It's not easy by any stretch of the imagination, but I think when you brought that up, that made me really stop and think about it again. And I was like, especially my previous positions before where I'm at now, I really had that self-awareness of me. So.
Interesting. Yeah, I was when you asked that, I was thinking I had a similar thought as Tori, but then when I really just kind of stepped back while he was talking and thought about it, honestly, I know I'm growing when I feel uncomfortable. When I start realizing I'm getting out of my comfort zone. Like, because if I define at least my phase of growth, or my phases of growth, I should say, like it really, at the point where I'm no longer able to like just kick back and just be like, I got it, or like, this is becoming easy. Because there are periods where it just becomes easy, and and that's not just with profession. That's not just with trying to drive towards career goals and external goals, business goals. Like that's interpersonal too.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, when am I having uncomfortable conversations? When am I becoming more vulnerable? When am I able to receive uncomfortable information, responses, and then looking at how I react, the way somebody may say something, do something, perceive something, assume something. It's all right, am I able to deal with this uncomfortable space in a more calculated, a more peaceful, a more like balanced and grounded space? That's whether that is a challenge coming at me in some form, shape, or fashion, whether a person is coming at me in some form, shape, or fashion. Am I reacting a certain way, or am I not even bothered? But it to me, even when I'm not bothered, it's uncomfortable because I want to be bothered. Like I honestly want to like, I bet that's what we on.
Yeah,
That's the type of time. Bet I got it. I want to take it to another level. But when I allow myself to remain in the uncomfortable space, it lets me know that, okay, you get the moment. You're growing. You're beyond where you used to be. You're not reacting the way you used to. So for me, I think I know I'm growing when I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. What about you, Corey?
So for me, it's more on a personal level. Like, I mean, probably I probably would say my mid 30s, maybe. I felt like I just, I just outgrown of being around certain people doing certain things. It's just like, if you calling me at 9:00 to do something, it's probably a done deal, man. It's like certain places, like too many crowds. I don't like hanging around too many crowds. So I knew I outgrew things like that. I mean, we're in Atlanta, so it's like, it's always stuff to do, but to be honest, I'd rather be at home. So I outgrew a lot of that stuff, outgrown a lot of that stuff over the years. And it's just like certain people I'd rather not be around. Like when it's just, you get that kind of that feeling on the inside, I know it's time to go. So a lot of those things, I just, I just choose not to take part in.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I mean, for me, if I really think hard about it, it's whenever I get either bored or I start second guessing myself. Like if I get bored at something, whether it's a job, like a relationship or a friendship, or I feel like I'm second guessing everything, I was like, all right, something's got to change here, because normally for me, especially like in a job atmosphere, bro, if I don't feel like I'm being challenged or I feel like I'm showing up and it's on like autopilot, nah, this ain't gonna work for me for too much longer, because I'm not gonna enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, I'm the type of person where life too short, bro. I got other stuff I could be doing. Like I don't want to be sitting in a space where I'm like going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? And so I found myself like identifying those moments just like as I got older and kind of look back on just my life and just career, and the common denominator is I normally will move on if I get bored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like a character flaw or not, bro, but that's what I was able to identify. Just like, man, hold on. This situation, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. Like I'm not having fun with it, or I'm not, I feel like I'm not getting anything from it.
Does that come quickly, or is that something like you sit in it for a minute before you?
I think what happens is I second guess that I'm getting bored.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
once I've played with that, because I'm like my identity and who I am to my core, I'm like a loyal person. So I'm loyal in all aspects of my life. So I've stuck around jobs way too long. I stuck around business ideas way too long. I stuck around with some people way too long. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where either God intervened, bless you, or somebody else intervened, or like something had to happen. There have been times where like literally I was removed without even trying to remove myself.
Okay.
And so, that's why, to answer your question, I think the second guessing is what happens first. And now the more mature I get, I realize like, okay, I can identify when something is becoming stale. And if it's becoming stale, I'm like, all right, let me figure out what to do with this. It may not mean a clean cut off exit. It may mean where like, hey, bro, we did this. We had a time with this.
But
I think I'm the opposite almost. Cause y'all know me, I'm a process person.
Yeah.
So I'm really great at figuring out what the issues, putting processes in place and things of that nature. So then when second guess comes from other people, when especially I've honed my skills on certain things, to me that means that something has shifted, whether that's me or you, and we're on a different path.
Yeah.
And so my growth, that looks like me now, it's an opportunity for growth for me, because now I need to go somewhere where people need me to come in and put those things in place.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit opposite of you. And to me, it's, I'm a loyal person, but how you say you stick around longer, I'm the opposite in that aspect too, because I can see things before they actually.
I was about to say, way in advance.
Way in advance, like, oh, I see what this is progressing to.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, it's time for me to either pivot or shift. And so I'm the opposite way. Definitely loyal, because I always want to leave whatever situation I am in a better situation. And knock on wood, I have been able to do that in every aspect of in every career thing that I've done, personal and private. And so that's the one thing that's my foundation. And then me, you guys know me, I'm such a perfectionist about stuff. When I come in, I already have a 5-year plan of how to get them from X, from A to Z, right?
Yeah.
And so when I come in, I'm coming in already working, already hitting the ground, already pushing things forward, always trying to change the narrative. And so by the time I start to pick up on certain things, just because of past experiences and things of that nature, I kind of can always see what the next steps are. And so I just say I'm probably the reverse of you in those aspects. And so actually to me, when I come in and once people get into those processes and those things of what I'm trying to bring, that lets me know that we're really hitting that ground and we're really moving things forward.
Yep.
Then when that second guessing comes from others, it's like, well, let's be clear. I articulate it because I tell people at day one what I'm going to do, especially at work, and that don't change.
Yeah.
So at some point or another, you're not visioning what I told you. So whatever we
You need to go back to day one. You need to revisit.
So that's how I look at things. And so I'm a tad bit different from you, but I think we're still speaking to the same thing, just from a different trajectory.
So it kind of brings me to like the next thing, right? Like, how do you? What's that moment, right? Like when somebody else can identify that, like, oh, this is the new you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I really rock with this person that you've become, whether that's in a career or family or friends. And it's like, how have you been able to deal with that part of life? Just like, I don't really rock with what Marlon got going on now. You know what I'm saying? From somebody, from a peer or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, how have you been able to operate and navigate through that?
Yeah, I feel like it's interesting. I was doing a little exercise earlier today, and I think a part of it, in some way, shape, or form, asked me, what do I see? What do you, what are the three things that you want to have achieved in terms of like being able to say you learned this at the end of your life? And I think the last thing I wrote of the three was that I show up unapologetically, authentically, my best self every single day, every single moment. Like that is, that's important to me. And to answer your question, honestly, I could care less how I'm disrupting your zen, your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, if I have found that, if I have found my authentic, unapologetic self, if this is what I am, if this is who I am, if this is what I bring to the table, it's here. Like it is defined. Anything outside of this is not me, and this is me. Take it or leave it. And I think that is, it's becoming more and more important at this stage of life, because I've gone through all the phases, right? I've gone through the imposter syndrome phases. I've gone through trying to show up the way somebody else wants me to show up, try to fit into a mold or a box that the previous person that had the role, trying to match someone else's expectations. I ain't got time for that no more. You know, this is who I am, take it or leave it. And that's how I view every opportunity. Now, there are people in my life who have chosen me for who I am. And that's my community. That's my circle. That's not gonna change, because those people have been there at every phase. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are within that circle. And but beyond that, man, like I'm sorry. Like I got the people that I need, as far as I know. At the end of the day, I'm here for a higher purpose, a higher calling. I am serving a different measuring stick. Pause, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for a different purpose.
Did you just pause on this podcast?
I did. You know what I'm saying? I had to go ahead. I mean, I ain't want no whatever. But at the end of the day, like it is critical that when I look myself in the mirror, that I am comfortable with what I said, did, thought, and how I acted. And that I can go to sleep at night based on those things and wake up the next day and be confident in who that person's gonna be in any setting. And so if I disrupt the matrix in some way, shape, or form with that, I'm more than happy to.
No, that's real. That's real.
I think for me, for me, because I'm a great poker player. So when my face shows what I'm thinking, it's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
When I get to that point where you don't see me smiling, you don't see me talking, you already know. This is not for us. So I don't even try to, and I'm kind of like Marlon in that sense as well, because when I'm to that point, I actually don't even care what you feel and thinking about me or the situation at all. In my head, I'm like, okay, this is done. What's my next step? So I done already moved on. It's just I might not have physically moved on, but mentally, which is the most important part, I'm already on to the next thing, and I done check this out as like, this ain't what it is. So for me, that it ain't gonna be no gray area. ain't no Tory like me. You don't know. I don't like it. So.
I'm the same, man. Like, I don't, and I think I kind of always been like that. I'm not a follower, man. It's like, it is what it is. I try to be flexible with people, but I have to be the thermostat, not the thermometer. I can't adapt to, what you got going on. And if I feel like I'm sticking to my core values and principles, it is what it is. Sometimes it can come off as stubborn. I've been told that, but it's not stubborn. It's just that I hear what you're saying, but that doesn't necessarily mean I agree with you.
Right.
Respectfully. But at the end of the day, I can care less how people feel or how people say, oh, you changed, you don't do this or you don't do that. And that's fine. I mean, you keep moving as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to put it, to be honest. Yeah.
No, I feel you on that, bro. That's something that I've actually grown into. I would say like probably my 20s, I was like very happy-go-lucky, non-confrontational. And even though I'm not like confrontational now, I'm more so like, yo, my word is my word. So if I put something in place of how I feel about something, that's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
And I understand, and I am cool with you not understanding where I'm coming from. That just means we not aligned in this moment. You know what I'm saying? And like, we just gotta, it's okay, bro. Like, I think for us, especially black men, bro, in our 40s, we really have to understand it is okay to know that there are people that's just gonna be in your life for seasons, bro. And no matter how hard you may want people to like come along the ride, everybody ain't meant to be on the ride, bro.
Facts.
And I know for me, especially because I would build things and try to build stuff with people and like try to bring them along. And then, sometimes people would be like, bro, I ain't really rocking with it. And I would take offense to it because I'm like, no, bro, you don't see the vision. You got to understand where I'm trying to take us.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to stop and think like, no, bro, that's more about you, where you trying to take you. They may not be trying to go there.
Yeah.
And so you just got to accept that, like, bro, everybody have their own mission, their own vision, their own thing that they want to do. And as soon as you can think about that nobody cares what you got going on. Everybody worrying about what they got going on at the end of the day, right? Like, and so the minute that you can understand that, hey, it don't matter, you might have the $1 billion play, and it ain't meant for them to be the billion.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, like, bro, you try to bring them along the ride, and these folks over here are meant to cap out at 80,000.
Yeah.
Because if they got 250 in their pocket, they gonna run amok, and it's gonna end up being something completely different than what you needed to be. So it's just like, man, hey, take them along for the ride, and if they're not trying to keep going, it's okay. They got off they stopped where they need to get off at.
That reminded me of the conversation we had the other day about our earlier ventures.
Yeah,
we did, and I think that was kind of the mindset when it got to start like, okay, well, let's just do this and let's be done.
Yeah,
right. Because certain things, they're not always in alignment with everyone based off of maturity level, whatever's going on in personal life, and things of that nature. And so you just have to be okay with that. It's okay for you not to be on the same page, but you need to be able to recognize that and make decisions for yourself. And of course, if you're friends, you want to make sure that it's definitely in a friendly way.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's about, hey, this is what I got to do for me. Hey, you do what you need to do, but this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And if you guys are friends, y'all will respect that because it's something for you as a person, and you just have to take that and move and go to what you need to do. So.
Yeah. No, that brings up you kind of already really touched on it. Just not burning the bridge when you become the new person, or when somebody else may become the new person. Try to figure how do we not burn the bridge during that process?
But also recognize that there are times that you do need to burn a bridge.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say, while we on this topic, how does that work in a relationship? So a marriage, like, you get to a point where it's like, okay, you you know what's right, but I mean, I often hear, I think you maybe said it before, like, or somebody else, some married man told me before, like, you can be 100% right, but sometimes it's just, I don't know, I guess it's the way you respond.
All of it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, bro. I'll tell you this, bro. In a relationship of that nature, of that magnitude, the goal is not to be right. And I think that is something as black men, like we have to constantly remind ourselves and constantly swallow.
Heavy on the constantly.
Constantly. Because there are so many, and this is in any marriage really, but we talking on Black Men Think podcast. So as a black man, you gonna have so many moments where you want to reiterate how right you were. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
The goal is for us to be right.
Yep.
And I think if you approach those hard conversations, those disagreements, those different perspectives with that mindset, it's not about you winning. It's about us winning.
Yep.
And sometimes us winning doesn't look like the version of a win that I had. You know what I'm saying? Because my version of a win might have sprinkled a little sauce on me in a sense. Like it might have given me a little boost of ego. And really, it's not about my ego in this moment. It's about us making the right decision, or at least even when we disagree, it's about us aligning. Like me and my wife say it all the time, like, it's okay for us to disagree. What we need to walk out of this room with is alignment, even if we have different perspectives. And alignment looks a certain way. It's not about whether or not I agree with you, you agree with me, whether or not you're right, I was right. It don't even matter if you were wrong and I was wrong. It's about how are we leaving this space? Are we leaving this space on one accord, aligned, respecting each other's perspective, hearing each other's perspective, being able to swallow the things that you don't want to swallow, being able to ignore the things that you might have said that were wrong or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then where do I need to shift? So it's like, it's just really about taking a step back from what's important to you and looking at the whole body of work. And sometimes that means you take an L even though you think you deserve a W.
Because what we also have to look at, you know, from a societal standpoint, you have black females, which are usually considered the most vulnerable and unprotected, you know, group of people. And then you have African American males, which are the most, I'm gonna say, hunted, over scrutinized.
Facts.
And then you bring that dynamics into a relationship, and it is our job as head of the house, right, to stabilize it and make things comfortable. So with that, like Marlon said, a lot of times it comes with, you have to check your pride. No matter how much you want to like, see, I was right. You know, but it's not about being right. It's about keeping your home life balanced.
Yeah.
Keeping peace in it, right? And to me, peace is the biggest thing. And so when I think about peace, I think about, okay, do I want to say X, Y, Z when I know it's going to go this way?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Or do I just say, you know what, I understand and keep it moving? And I think a lot of times, our spouses, our sisters, they like to think of it as us being passive or weak. No, it's just about, a lot of times, keeping peace. Because outside these four walls, it's
chaos. It's chaos. Bro.
And so when you get here, you don't want chaos.
Right.
And so to me, if I ain't got to fight here, that's a win.
That's a win.
So to me, it's easier to go along and not have to worry about stuff, and me to I don't want to say appease because that's the wrong word, but for me to go along with whatever she says, it's not that, you know, it's not that I don't care or anything. It's that I cherish peace.
Peace is
that's the when I come home, that's what I want. Peace.
Yeah.
And however I gotta get that,
So you gotta get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Now I will say, sometimes you gotta pick your battles.
You do.
True.
Sometimes you gotta stand on business.
True.
Yes.
Absolutely. Without
That's
question.
facts.
But you know, with that, you gotta find the time to do that.
Yep.
Because there are some times, like, I mean, if I'm being fair, at least in my household, it's probably 60-40, right? I ain't even gonna say what 60, who's 40. It's probably 60-40, right? But the minute that you realize, like, bro, it's not a competition, because there are a lot of couples out here competing with each other.
Yeah.
And that's not how you get a win in the household, bro. Like the competing, trying to like, oh, I gotta kill it in my career, or I gotta like kill it in the house thing, or whatever that thing is. Like, you just gotta remember, it's not a competition, because at the end of the day, bro, we all working toward a common goal. Whatever that common goal is, got to be determined within your household. But like, ultimately, if it all hit the fan, both of y'all stopping y'all career to go and check home. If something happened to your wife today, work don't matter. I'm running to see what's going on with my wife. Same thing with her. So it's like, when you really put certain things in perspective, dog, that competition stuff got to go. And we really got to say, what are we doing as a couple that can like uplift this unit of what we got going on? And as long as you can get that down, you're going to have bumps and, you know, peaks and valleys and all of that. But, bruh, pick your battles. Know which one. And you might can pick that battle early on. You might know in year one that, all right, this is the one thing that I'm standing on business on no matter what. Like, you know, and for me, you can't challenge me as a man. Like, that's, because I know who I am as a man. I know I go hard for my family. You can't, like, if I had, and my wife ain't never did this, but like, I've seen people be in relationships where they get talked down on all the time.
Yeah.
That's a no.
That's not gonna happen.
That ain't happening for me. Like, I don't care what we dealing with. I don't care at my financial lowest, my wife can never talk down on me like that. We'll nip that in the bud immediately. Like, I'm just like, look, I don't care what I got going on, and I don't know what you got going on, but we ain't gonna do that, because that's gonna get out of hand.
Go left.
And it's gonna go left. And if it goes left, then I don't know where we go after that. So let's stop this now and talk, you know, but you know, you just gotta have certain things to just say, like, bro, we ain't doing that.
I say this too, like, those things might change from year over year. Like, at a certain, you know, year 1 through 5 might look completely different than year 6 through 10.
Right.
Because y'all are changing. Y'all are ever evolving. Your relationship is evolving. Your environment is evolving. Your lifestyle, all of that, you know. And sometimes that means more trust in certain areas, might mean less trust in other areas. It just depends on what you're dealing with as a couple. You have to be emotionally aware to recognize that. You have to be very transparent with your spouse to recognize that, or your partner, whoever that is that you're talking about. And then y'all have to be aligned on, honestly, like almost do a state of the union, in the sense of like, where are we? You know, like we try to make a practice of checking in like regularly. Like, how are you doing? I ain't just talking about how was your day. Like, how are you? What's going on in your brain, inside of you, your emotions? We try to dive deep and have like deep level conversation, what it's called or whatever. But it's necessary so that I'm aware of where your triggers are, where your challenges are, like what keeps you up at night right now, so that I can recognize that from a mile away. So that by the time I'm dealing with my stuff, which I'm dealing with my stuff every day, especially as a black man. But I'm also keenly aware of what's going on with you, so that I can know not when to dump my stuff, or even when I'm like, I got a little extra energy, let me pick up some of your stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Or like, man, we both having a hard day. Like, let's get rid of the kids. We just need to sit here. Or you just need space today. Or I just need space today, you know? But it's all about just being aware of who you are, where you at, them being aware of it, working through that stuff, just being honest, like just being honest, good or bad. Like, sometimes, to JD's point, you pick your battle in a way where they need to be challenged with something. They need to be challenged with their perspective. Sometimes their perspective ain't it. And it's like, nope, like we could walk away from this and just be like, cool, we disagree. Nope. No, we're gonna talk about this. Yeah. We're gonna deal with this right now because something is off. And sometimes it takes that. Now, you obviously got to know who you're talking to and how you're talking to that person and what they can or can't receive. But to Jay's point, like, sometimes it is necessary to stand on business, but you got to make sure you know what's worth it and what's not.
Yeah, facts.
That brings us to our Ask a Black Man segment, which, ironically enough, There's somebody that may need some good advice on like relationship advice. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
See, I knew that. Yeah,
You knew it. You
nice transition. Huh?
pre-production. You called it, dog.
Oh, this free therapy right here, man. You know what I'm saying?
It is, actually.
No, for real.
Hello,
Yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona. Just want to let you know I've been following you found you September of last year, and been a fan ever since, and you guys have a great platform. So I'll get straight into it. My question is, I'm getting married next month. I'm 28, and the question I have for y'all is, what is something you wish you knew before you got married? As I mentioned before, I'm getting married next month. There's no going back now. But what is something that you would say I should prepare for that you didn't really know until you got married? This could be like years down the line, et cetera, having children, whatever the case is. I just want to know your thoughts on that. What is something you wish you would have known before you got married? Thank you.
That's a great question.
Great question. Congratulations, too, by the way.
Yeah, so I'll start off with this one since I.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, actually, I don't, man. I'm gonna let these. No, for real. Like, I'll let the experienced
For
guys.
sure. But
have this.
real talk. Still want to hear your perspective,
Yeah.
just from from the single perspective of
What are you thinking about?
like what are you thinking about? You know what I'm
What would I be thinking about if I was about to get married? That's a very good question. Man, I don't know. I always hear that. It can be a scary thing. I mean, I've heard that from people. So probably just what will actually change. I mean, if we've been locked in, what's going to actually change from the time before we got married until the time we're actually married. That probably be the biggest thing, because I don't want to have this drastic transition from, when I'm with somebody, I want to kind of be preparing up until marriage. I mean, I know there are going to be certain things that are going to change, but it's just like, I don't want it to be a big transition. So, I mean, I guess I would be curious to see how things would look now. Hey, now we're married. So what now? I can't really think of anything else.
I got something for you. I'm gonna be real. You're gonna have to renew your sex life over and over and over again. Because it's gonna change over and over again. So whatever you knew as before, if you knew before, if you knew her biblically after you jumped the broom, whatever that looks like. What you know then is not what you're gonna know 5 years from now. It's not what you're gonna know 6, 7, 8. It's gonna shift, and you're gonna have to ebb and flow. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Y'all gonna have to stay aligned, have conversation, have deep, real, open conversation about it, because your life is gonna switch up. When kids come into the picture, is gonna change immediately. When more kids come into the picture, it's gonna change immediately. When more stresses, career changes, family issues, personal issues, all of it. Let me tell you straight up, men don't get affected by half the stuff women do sexually.
No.
We don't, because we're not thinking about that. But when women have emotional challenges, when they have stress, when they have all that type of stuff, life changes for them, including your sex life.
Yep.
So just so you know, tap in with your wife, have real-time conversation, so that on day one of your marriage, your expectation is not that y'all gonna stay in this euphoria of a sex life. You're gonna have to work for that.
Yep. I would say that just get out your head your thoughts about what marriage is. Because it is 100 times harder than what they say it is. There's never gonna be all of these great days. It is a lot of work. And not only that, I think people don't realize a lot of times that you are different every day in marriage. And so I think a lot of times people think that, oh, I married you for X, Y, and Z. Where that person is a living, breathing, growing person. So that person should be ever evolving, which means y'all should be ever evolving. And so as you're growing, you should be hopefully growing together. But you also need to realize that it takes work. It's easy to just say, I'm done with it and walk away. But that's not what marriage is about, actually. Marriage is about the work. Marriage is about the growth. And so if you're coming in just thinking it's all just gonna be daisies, you need to go ahead and turn around now and tap out because it's not. It's the hardest job you will ever have.
That's a bar.
Ever.
Period, point blank. Follow right behind by being a dad.
Yeah.
But being a husband by far is the most complex job you will ever have. And I'm glad I didn't come into it just thinking marriage was going to be just straight easy. I didn't think it was going to be as hard as it is. But I think that you need to have that understanding that it's work and commitment. And you got to be willing to do both, the work and be committed.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with
And ditto to what Marlon said, because that's facts too.
Yeah.
That's facts too.
Look, bro, that sex is facts because I've heard all the stories prior to getting married. And I mean, to be fair, bro, your life definitely gonna change. Like, and especially when you get kids, when kids come into play, your life immediately. It's a weird thing with kids, right? Because prior to having kids, you know, y'all doing whatever. Y'all having a time. Y'all taking the trips y'all want to take. Y'all having sex everywhere. Everywhere, all over the house, y'all having sex. It's gonna happen. Just let you know. Yeah, it's just going wherever you want it, it's going, you know what I'm saying? All of these things happen. And the minute that you have a child, your life starts revolving around the child.
Yep.
Like everything, which I mean, it's normal, right? Like, yeah, but like Marlon said something earlier, bro. Most of the time, the dudes don't understand that. We just like, what's going on? The doctor said 6 weeks,
Right.
So we back now, right? Like,
Right.
But yeah, it's 6 weeks plus whatever else is going on, and so, but you have to find those moments, bro. Like, I mean, even if you're just on some writing letters or books or whatever you got, it's just different things have to happen and you got to work for it after a certain period of time. And that, I mean, when I say work for it, I don't mean like begging, like you shouldn't be begging, but I'm talking about a lot of times as a man, you be thinking that, because we have that in our mind, like, hey, I can have sex with you anytime. I'm good anytime. It don't matter. You let me know, I'm ready.
Can I say the other side? You say we shouldn't be begging. Can I also say we shouldn't be demanding?
Yeah, that's good too.
Because
Yeah.
I think sometimes there's an entitlement with it, and it's important to make sure that black men know, like, that ain't it, bro. Like yes, y'all are married, but she's her own person. You're your own.
That's a fact.
Like, she don't owe you anything.
Because you said earlier, be in alignment. So both of y'all need to be in alignment.
You gotta be in alignment.
You good.
Yeah.
Ain't no begging.
Facts.
It ain't no demanding.
I mean,
just,
and then to be fair, bro, like, men, we don't need a lot to get to where we need to be.
Yeah.
They need more.
Yeah.
They do.
So,
Yep, that's good.
you know what I'm saying? One of the things, my wife is heavy on acts of service.
Yeah.
So I can tell her everything up under the sun. It ain't gonna move her. But let me go and clean the kitchen and fold the clothes, do the laundry. Oh, it's on site. But I'm like, you know, I'm thinking like that's, in my mind, I'm like, man, that's weird as hell, bro. Like, you want me to clean up the house?
But you gotta remember, for them, it's emotional. For us,
But that's what I'm saying.
let's do it.
That's the thing. And so you have to, like, you gotta really, the advice that I would give you, bro, is like, you really gotta be intentional about learning your wife.
Yeah, facts.
A lot of people tell you like, oh man, you know, marry your best friend. I'm here to tell you that your wife, you can grow into your wife being your best friend.
That's good, bro.
But
Yep.
thinking that your wife is gonna be your best friend on day one is not realistic.
It's not.
And not only that, I would go even further to think that she will always be your best friend as well.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there's gonna be those ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
So it's a hard, like I said earlier, it's a very difficult thing.
It's hard
and you
work.
just gotta know that you gotta be able to move and adapt. Sometimes y'all ain't gonna even want to like to see each other.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
But you gotta be able to work through that and know that, hey, on the other side of that, we still got each other.
Somebody, man, I can't remember where I saw this at, but it was profound to me because they were just talking about, you know, when you get married and then you have kids, so much effort and time goes into the kids. A lot of times you lose your marriage. And you got to think about it. What happens with your kids? Your kids are going to grow up. They're going to go to college. or go somewhere, get into their career. They gonna get their own family, and you might get lucky. You might see your kids once a month, like depending on where they stay at.
Yeah.
Like you might talk to them a couple of times a week, but what's there every day? Your spouse. Every day. And so a lot of times I say all that to say, yes, you got to love your kids. You got to pour into your kids, bro. But you need to be pouring into your wife a little bit more, because she is going to be the constant in all of that. Your kids, like, we are God-fearing men. We're Christian men, and we know it's God first, wife, kids, and everything else. Like, you got to be in that order, bro, because a lot of times we so focused on getting the kids right.
Yeah.
And the kids gonna be okay, because y'all should be aligned before y'all have kids.
Right.
But man, you gotta spend, so, you know, in our household, it was a conversation me and my wife had where she had planned the whole trip out for spring break for the kids. And I was like, hey, what we doing?
Facts.
Cause like we keep doing all this stuff for the kids, and it's like, it's been 6 months. We ain't did nothing for us yet.
100%.
I'm glad you brought that. Me and my wife literally just had a conversation. We was in Walmart. She picked up a dress. I'm like, oh, that's a beach dress. Yeah, I like that. And I was like, yeah, we need to plan a trip tonight when I get home. And then she was like, no, we're gonna put it back because we're going on a cruise in July. I like, no, I'm talking about like next month. Like, you know, when the kids are going somewhere. But I said all that. It says that, you know, about making sure that you're still pouring into your wife. That's why we travel. That's one of our love languages together, that we like to travel.
Yes, sir.
And last year we wasn't able to do it as much, just because, you know, the new house and things of that nature and all that. I was like, it's been a while since we've just been on a trip. It's probably been like 7-8 months. And y'all know I'm every quarter that me and her need to be doing something. And so I was just like, no, we got to do something, because I can't make it to the summer just for a vacation period. She's like, well, just go out with your boys. So I'm like, I'm gonna go with them. No, we go get somewhere. But I was just saying, no, me and you still need to, because we need that time to connect and just to be away.
Yeah.
And so I agree 100% with what you're saying. Like, whatever that thing is that you and your wife like to do together that recharges you guys together, grab onto those moments while you can.
No,
because I think that's gonna go a long way into when the kids go, y'all still have that thing that y'all been pouring into to keep y'all connected.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the worst things you could do, man, is pour so much into your kids to the point that when your kids leave, you forgot who your wife was.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's your wife. You gotta be locked in on who she is until you can't be locked in. I mean, it gotta be, this is crazy, but it has to be like to the point to where you know everything about her. When she do this, you already know why she mad.
Yep.
And you really got to lock into that, bro, because if you don't, and I'm saying this to myself too, because there are times when I'm not as locked in with her as I need to be, because I'm still, you know, black man dealing with black man stuff, you know, your head, what's going on in your mind. And it's like, bro, you got to lock in to that spouse, because locking into your wife, the married people in the crew, we can say without a shadow of a doubt, bro, that our wives put us on a different trajectory. Without them in our lives, we would be completely different dudes.
100%.
And that's like everybody. So it's like choosing that person is so important. And not saying that you can choose wrong, bro. Like, I want to put that important too. As long as y'all at the beginning say like, hey, we are working towards this, and y'all continue working toward that, everything else falls in place.
Yeah. Facts.
That's good right there, bro.
Yeah, man. So look.
Great question.
Yeah, great question, and congratulations again on getting married, bro.
Send us some pictures.
Yeah, bro, send us some
Invite
pictures.
us to the wedding.
That part. That part.
Where's it gonna be at? We'll pull up.
For sure.
We'll do a podcast.
Right. But look, man, it's been the Black Man Thing podcast where we elevate our black man, because black men be out here thinking. Make sure y'all subscribe, rate, review, comment. Oh, real talk, if y'all are still here and y'all still listening, make sure y'all subscribe for real, and make sure y'all leave a review and comment, because all of that helps like boost us in the algorithm. We figured out that we're doing great audio, but like video, we got to do better video. So like if you listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to it. Go to YouTube. We there as well. Subscribe on YouTube and follow us there so you can see the content, because we're trying to get those numbers up as well. So this is the big ask. We're asking y'all to subscribe to us on YouTube for sure. But yeah, anything else, fellas?
Yeah, TikTok, Patreon as well, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, TikTok, Patreon, all of the things, man. Black Man Think, all of the things. So yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it. All right, we about to go to Patreon right now. Y'all subscribe to Patreon. Y'all get that Patreon content. We'll see y'all next week. We out.
The Black Men Think Podcast.